Ukraine's eastern front line. Hundreds of civilians, including women and children, are reportedly sheltering in its bunkers. After suffering some of the heaviest fighting and most intense artillery bombardments since the war began 4 months ago, Ukrainian forces have begun retreating from the city.
Unfortunately, our boys will have to be withdrawn. But there's no need to talk about so-called betrayal, as nobody is going to abandon them. No one will let the Russian forces surround them.
Nearly every building in Severodonetsk is partially or completely destroyed. It's a similar situation in neighboring Lysychansk. As the shelling gets heavier, the relocation of remaining civilians who want to leave gets more perilous by the day. There is reportedly no running water or electricity, but still some people refuse the offer of safe passage to the Ukrainian side.
I'm only with my mother now. I do not want to leave. I think we need to endure a bit more and everything will be okay.
The Ukrainian army released footage believed to have been shot at least a week ago, showing Ukrainian soldiers laying mines and then blowing up one of the 4 bridges connecting Severodonetsk with Lysychansk to the south, a tactical move to slow down the Russian advance. The Russian Ministry of Defense released a video it says shows Ukrainian soldiers taken prisoner in the nearby town of Zolote. These Ukrainian military vehicles are heading south from Lysychansk, but Russian forces are shelling the main road out.
It has become a grim routine, attacks and explosions while the city sleeps, followed by disbelief and anxiety. Survivors wondering how they escaped the ferocity of a missile lobbed from afar on their homes. Marat can't contain his anger.
Europe sold us out. Americans are... Don't cut me out. We asked them to close the sky, but they didn't. Why, traitors? To protect their children? I'm going to appeal directly to the other... Do you understand who I'm talking about, you son of a... I would tear you apart with my own hands.
There are few people left in Mykolaiv. A few weeks ago, there were nearly 500,000. Those still here have to rely on handouts as there's no more drinkable water. With the economy at a standstill, people are selling whatever they own to pay his utility bill, he tells us, even though there are no buyers. That might be why people are not returning to the town of Bashtanka yet. It was recaptured about a month ago. It just looks like every town, village or city the Russians occupied. Olena remembers the night it all started. Her house was among the first hit. Parachute bombs fell from the sky, leaving a huge crater. These are the straps, and the parachute's canopy has now been recycled. The Ukrainian army says it's on the offensive in the south.
The morale of the enemy is low and they are not advancing on the ground because they can't break.
And when it comes to attacks from the sky, and each night the people of Mykolaiv
capable partners.
A pivotal White House meeting of 3 world leaders, applications of Finland and Sweden to join NATO.
Today I am proud to welcome and offer the strong support of the United States for the applications of 2 great democracies and 2 close, highly capable partners to join the strongest, most powerful defensive alliance in the history of the world.
Finland and Sweden have remained out of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, preferring neutrality for, in the case of Finland, decades, and Sweden for centuries. Russia's invasion of Ukraine changed that, pushing Sweden and Finland to side with NATO and oppose Vladimir Putin's war and support Ukraine.
The situation in Ukraine reminds us of the darkest days of European history. Together, we have responded forcefully to Russia's aggression and provided unprecedented support to Ukraine. We have not flinched.
All 30 NATO members must approve the membership bids, but Turkey is opposed, accusing the nations of harboring and financing groups Turkey deems terrorists.
NATO'nun genişlemesi bizim için.
NATO's enlargement would be meaningful for us as long as our sensitivities are respected. Giving all kinds of support to the PKK and to the YPG terrorist organisation and asking us for support for NATO membership amounts, to say the least, to inconsistency.
En hafif tabiriyle tutarsızlıktır.
Their concerns the president of Finland did not dismiss.
We take terrorism seriously. We condemn terrorism in all its forms, and we are actively engaged in combating it. We are open to discussing all the concerns Turkey may have concerning our membership in an open